On the spot news media, we got the latest news. We don't care about the views, we just representing right. Put local news internationally every night. On the spot, wave that Jamaican flag from left to right. Let's get it right, y'all know the type. We ain't dealing with the hype, we make it take flight.
Yeah man, my viewers and subscribers, what go on. A blessed and wonderful Thursday evening to each and every person out there tuning into On The Spot News Media. Now, my peeps, I have a few stories to share with you, the regular members of Chan Public, and also members of the diaspora. So please like the video, share the video, watch the entire vlog so you can get a full understanding and a better appreciation of everything we are going in Jamaica. So watch this now, my peeps. We're going to kick it off over there in the parish of Hanover, where in this morning's vlog, I made mention of a double knockings and clappings that took place over there in the Hanover Police Division in a section of Green Island known as Lagood, where two brothers presently on your screen identified as Romain Harvey, age 25, and Enrique Harvey, age 23, was taken out by the police in an alleged knockings and clappings. Now, residents in the community has refuted the claims of the police and stated that the men were taken out in cold blood. But the police is giving a counter-argument stating that these two men presently on your screen are indeed criminal elements and they were indeed involved in lots of criminal activities affecting the Green Island community. So we are going to hear from the Assistant Commissioner of Police in charge of Era 1, that is Senior Superintendent Glenford Miller, as he weighs in on this latest spate of violence affecting his particular policing communities. Listen.
The Green Island Police would have seen a flare-up in incidents of crime, especially murder, since the start of the year. While the police officer was at the location, one of the person who the warrant is for actually pulled a firearm at the police, and the police actually defended themselves. And I must say commendation to the police for defending themselves well. And he was fatally arrested and the firearm seized. Another man who actually attacked the police officer was fatally arrested also on another firearm seized. So two firearms were seized in that incident, and two men who actually tried to kill the police officer were fatally arrested. So persons are not treated as a result of that. What I need the public to know that as a result of the incidents of crime and violence in the Green Island space, this is actually stemming from some gang activities. And from what our intelligence is picking up on our investigation, these men are actively involved in the crime situations in the Green Island space. So that is why the person down there are demonstrated in relation to what transpired. But what I can say, our police officers acted with the utmost level of professionalism and the respect for human rights and law. And now, curfew is not in place now, and I can say, I'm glad you mentioned that. Several, not one curfew, several curfews would have actually been implemented in the Green Island space by virtue of what was that mean, because we want to actually bring back some calm and some stability to the era where law-abiding persons could actually go about their business. And as I would have mentioned before, because of the flare-up in violence, mainly shootings and murders within that space, we had to impose these strategic measures to see how best we could actually save lives. So the curfew is not in place at the moment. And there was another incident last night in the Granville area. There was a murder in Granville. And from what our intelligence would have actually picked up, in the township of St. James, Montigo Bay, the police acting on information went to pick up a suspect who was actually involved in that murder there. And the suspect actually challenged the police along Thompson Road in Montigo Bay. And he was also fatally arrested in a firearm seizure.
Now, as it relates to the final fatal knockings and clappings that the ACP spoke about, when he made reference to the criminal element that challenged the police along Thompson Street in Montigo Bay sometime after 3 p.m. and was fatally wounded. He's speaking about a criminal element from the infamous 13th Street gang identified by his alias as 1 o'clock. Now 1 o'clock, 12 o'clock come and 1 o'clock get pushed out. Now Tuesday night, 1 o'clock and him gang leader, a criminal element that has been featured on the Spot News media for quite some time, a criminal element known as Jim Brown. So Jim Brown, 1 o'clock, along with others, went to the area known as Red Square for to carry out a knockings and clappings pan a man where him and him a share the same female body parts. Now it is said that the youth will end up losing 3 points. A youth known as Diego, who is presently on your screen, was standing in close proximity to the man where them go for. It is said that the man where them go for pick up a 1 can, but Diego pick up a fatal can and he lost his life. So the police them get word, so 1 o'clock was there, and also the others, and went in search for them. But at 1 o'clock, the police them go buck up about 3 o'clock. So 1 o'clock get him food, nyam, about 3 o'clock. So for him, 12 o'clock come, quick and fast. Yeah man, me I telling you about karma, you know. It is really real. So that's how the whole story there go down. Now, our next knockings and clappings go on, and I spoke about it this morning, where this criminal element, a reputed knockis and clappis from Uga Lane in Norwood, St. James, end up losing 3 points by the hands of 2 known knockis and clappis from Waltham BadBreed gang known as Jay and Tom. Now in this morning's vlog, I featured 3 known knockis and clappis for BadBreed gang out of Waltham in St. James. On your screen is Jay, the one standing, Tom, the one sitting in the middle, and Wet Bread in the pink shirt sitting at the extreme end. I also made mention that they are known knockis and clappis, aligned to that of the BadBreed Dan known as Ramos. Now Ramos watched the vlog this morning and vex and decide say he must send out a page to On The Spot News Media. Now Ramos send out this and said top of the day wanted to adjust the thing where I just get On The Spot News Media talk about. Him basically I say him is not a friend knockis and clappis. Him not go ClapWeh. None of him friend them. So in a nutshell, that him I say. And he also renounce. And yes, I did say renounce any form of association with Jay and Tom. Me nah go say denounce, because him and them I did friend at some point in time. So now he's saying that him and them little boy there are no friend. And him I said, Delhi, I'm family, and him would never send go ClapWeh, Delhi. Now in my vlog this morning, I never said at no time that you ordered the hit on Delhi. All I stated that the man them will go ClapWeh Delhi. A BadBreed, knockis and clappis them. And exactly that is what they are. Now Ramos also put on his profile stating that never ClapWeh a brother youth. Never. So him a declare that. And he also stated that stop call up my name per every On The Spot and go run my profile. Me never ClapWeh one of my friend them yet. Stop play with man thing. Whole heap of evil face, dark look, and a pato. Yeah man. So basically, he must say, yo, that was not under his watch. Them man, they go do what them do. Him not involved in that. But one thing on the Spot News Media know for sure, that the one sitting on the end in the pink shirt, BadBreed, is definitely a top knockis and clappis for Ramos. Jay and Tom, on the other hand, was recruited by BadBreed. So Ramos basically I say, yo, me and them little boy there, and a friend, me and them are no size. So don't associate me with them. What them do, me not have nothing at all to do with it. But as the leader for the gang, are one of the top tier members for the gang, it will most definitely rest on your shoulder whether you have something to do with it or not. So right now, as we speak, this may just cause an internal gang war in the infamous BadBreed gang or Waltamese gang from out of Waltham, Mobay, St. James. But we know how criminal elements work. We know how the criminal underworld set. Man, we also send go slap your way and go your funeral and ball like them care. Yeah, man. We know them type of psychs they too. But we are going to watch, Ramos, we are going to watch and see how that one play out. To see if you really not have nothing at all to do with your friend, daily knockings and clappings. And if Jay and Tom actually go carry out the knockings and clappings there, pan them own. Because what the streets are saying now is that the knockings and clappings was unwarranted, unprovoked. Because Jay and Tom go clap with the man over gal vibes. Because Delhi still a link with a man where them now link with because of a gal vibes. So right now, whole heap of heart heavy. And we're there, and we are going to go and watch and see how that one here I go play out. So anyway, make we continue. So watch this now, my peeps. The St. James police have listed as promised 3 of their most wanted criminal elements. Now on your screen is Joseph Mackenzie, otherwise known as J.O. This criminal element here is wanted for a series of knockings and clappings. The list long, so whole heap of people get dashed way under J.O. watch. The next man is this criminal element here, present on your screen identified as Lico Maxwell. Now me have to go drop a separate vlog on the criminal element here, cause in my feature way too much. But the police them in a Mobay, I look for him in a Mobay and he's nowhere near Montigo Bay. As a matter of fact, we can't tell you exactly which part Lico Maxwell there. I'm in a Clarendon Police Division, but as I stated, we're going to drop something separate in subsequent newscasts on Lico Maxwell. He's also wanted for some knockings and clappings that has resulted in the loss of life of some people and injuring of others, and also illegal possession of firearm and ammunition. Whole heap of things that youth are wanted for. Now, Lico Maxwell is also known as Junior in the streets. Now, the third and last man that is wanted by the St. James Police Division has since been identified as Omai Largy, but more popularly known in the streets as Not Nice. Also wanted for a slew of knockings and clappings, which has resulted in the loss of life of some people. Now, the criminal elements are being urged to report to the police with immediate effect. And failure upon doing so, Officer Yeman Pick and team will most definitely be deployed, happily so, to come and get you. Now, the deputy superintendent in charge of operations in St. James, that's Mario Pratt, had this to say, and he also listed another suspect who is also wanted for a series of knockings and clappings in the Greenpan area. Now listen.
We have carried out several operations in search of these persons who are wanted in the parish, the persons of interest. Presently, we are in search of one Kush from the Greenpan area, who is said to be involved in several shootings that take place across the parish, especially in that area. We have conducted operations that has yielded the recovery of 2 firearms yesterday and one in pursuit of the person of interest in the murder that was committed in the Tucker area yesterday.
So now, my peeps, the St. James Police Division hot over the past 48 hours. Now, the senior cop that I started this vlog with, that's Senior Superintendent of Police Glenford Miller, who is presently on your screen, was shot at by criminal elements just around 9 p.m. last night along Kent Avenue in the Witton area of St. James. Now, we're going to hear from the Senior Superintendent in charge of the JCF Corporate Communications Unit as she gives us a breakdown of what had taken place with the senior cop and his driver. Listen.
What we know so far that sometime after 9, approximately 9:15, he was driving in the Kentwood Road area of Witton in the parish, St. James, when they observed an ICE bus. And based on the activity, they are signaling the driver to stop when occupants of the vehicle opened fire at the acting assistant commissioner. The driver, they were already alert, so they were able to respond by returning the fire, and the vehicle sped off. At the end of the shooting, we have not so far any report of injuries in relation to the matter. So they are now conducting investigation to determine who were the persons.
Now, as I stated not too long ago, Officer Yeman Pick and team has been deployed to Mobay and depon a role since the past 48 hours. Now, in the wee hours of this morning, just a little bit after midnight, Officer Yeman Pick and team strike again. Yeah, man. Now, on your screen is a known criminal element identified as Wizzla. Wizzla getting fire out, no longer among the land of the living, as he was taken out in an alleged confrontation with the police in retirement in St. James. Yeah, man. Now, film knockings and clappings again is being refuted by residents. The cops are saying that it was a knockings and clappings shootout type of situation with them. But the residents are saying, it's a cold-blooded knockings and clappings go on. Now, eyewitnesses stated that the element is a known chopper. We deal with the banger phone a certain type of way. A little knockings and clappings, not a reputed one, but you don't know, once a man a deal with the choppings, he might go have around him some knockings and clappings. So he was known for that role when play. Now it is said that a marked unit passed him close by his house and told him to come off of the road. It is said that he is also reporting on conditional bail for some criminal activity that he had got himself into. Not sure if it is gun related or scam related, but he was reporting on conditional bail. It is said that after he adhered to the request of the marked unit, moments after, an unmarked unit came and all hell broke loose. And when the smoke cleared and the battle was won, Wizzla was found laying lifeless on the ground. It is said that a firearm was recovered from him during the alleged fiery exchange. But as always, the police say a confrontation and residents refute the claim. One thing on the spot news media knows for sure, him was a chopper and also a man who support the dirty kind of boy lifestyle. The rest of it right now is up for grabs until we can get deeper into the meat of the matter. But we are going to allow the part right there to Indicom, make them do them work. Yeah, man. Now we are going to trads, sadly so, to the Garden Parish of St. Ann, where a police officer was attacked with a machete by a man said to be of unsound mind. The officer received several machete wounds all over the upper body, to include his head. It is said that in defense of his life, the mentally ill man was neutralized, sent home, Ghana Shotai countryland, no longer among the land of the living. It is said that 2 officers responded to a dispute involving the man of unsound mind. It is said that whilst one of the officers was going around a building to accost the madman, it is said that he turned to the other direction and squeeched up beside the officer and inflict several wounds to that officer. And as I stated earlier, the officer, in return in a bid to save his life, discharged his firearm and neutralized the threat, leaving the man of unsound mind lifeless. Now, I've always stated in my peeps that the government really need to have something set in place. Have some trained personnel or even trained police officers who know how to deal with mentally challenged people. You can't just send an untrained police officer to go deal with a madman. In most cases, that nah go end well, with either the police seriously injured or the man of unsound mind seriously injured or fatally wounded. So now the government really need to take these things here and put some sort of mechanism into place to deal with the mentally challenged who are behaving violently so. But anyway, my peeps, remember to like, share, subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned to On The Spot News Media as I continue to bring you fresh news and updates in subsequent newscast. On The Spot News Media. Yeah, man.